Christophe Clugston here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And I'm not here with my editing software or any of that stuff, so this is going to be a hardcore industrial type of video, probably with a lot of background noise, but I have to get this update out. This is about the challenge from the Philippines, principally from a guy who's a screamer, stick fighting. So what's happened? Well, I gave Ray, the little fat short guy, who looks like a 12-year-old Westerner, basically, 24 hours to apologize to me. He didn't do that. He spent that time trying to create some more political unrest within that group, which personally I don't care, because basically there are a lot of theory people in that group. They haven't fought. They like to think that they can fight, but they actually haven't fought. There's a big difference. And people who know me know that everything I've done is empirical. I don't do theory. I've actually fought. So there's a lot of difference there. A lot of difference. And one of the things that can be told about me is that a lot of people have seen me in action. That's John Sailor. These are all people you can look up on my website if you don't know who I'm talking about. Brandon Cole, my student that a lot of you guys have known for a long time because he's been in a lot of my DVDs, and he's on my Facebook groups quite a bit. He's a actual fighter too. He's done a lot of stuff. We worked together bouncing and stuff for several years. So he knows. That's just some of the people that I can think of offhand, and of course everyone I've dealt with has been a real fighter in the long-term sense. And so I got a lot of things about, I have to just try to categorically go down a bullet list here. So Ray basically was saying that I wasn't honoring the people who taught me. Well, they don't know who taught me. Mike Sandlin is the person who taught me. The person who did the most work, that has done the single most impact in my life is Mike Sandlin, East St. Louis. And that guy would say, all these people gotta go. They gotta go, brother, because they're not right. They're lying, stabbing, manipulative, backbiting scumbags. And basically, you called me out. You said you wanted to fight me anywhere, any time, but you're a coward, Ray. You're a coward. Why don't you come over, Ray? Here we are, Cambodia, Thailand, either place. Anywhere you want to get your head beat into the ground, it's fine with me. Because you're a coward. You won't do it. You're a coward. And I don't put up with people challenging me. That's one thing. I don't take bullshit. I don't take bullshit. What do you think I've done? You know, people who can tell you that I will tell you to you straight. And I just don't take that level of bullshit. And if you can't handle my vocabulary, then you obviously can't handle the fight. So, Mike Sandlin, let's clear that up. Mike Sandlin is the person who has done the most. And I've trained with loads of people who have been instrumental in helping me. Kickboxing in the Netherlands, Bo's Gym, Beast of the East. Working with Gene LaBelle, of course, improved me a great deal. Working with John Sailor helped me a great deal. Those are and then many people, Kenny Monday, the gold medalist wrestler. Lots of people I can talk about, but the person who really did the work and that I honor all the time is Mike Sandlin, not some idiots in the Philippines who didn't have anything to do with what I've done with my life. Now, okay, let's get to the other point. So, Ray's a coward. He's a small, flabby little guy who thinks he can fight. He hasn't really fought. He's too scared to. He has never tried to go to a Dog Brothers gathering because he get his ass handed to him. They got some serious problems, which is another thing they don't like. I deal with the flaws and problems with actual fighting. So if there is something wrong, I look at how to solve it, or that's what I capitalize on to make something better, which is what Brandon Cole knows, because he was the person who said to me, they seem to be getting a little too much like Wing Chun, thinking that everything is just from the close range and that they have it figured out because that's the only place that they deal with, which is very true. They are acting like Wing Chun because they start close. Can they fight close? Yes, but can they fight outside? Not against a mover. I haven't seen it, and they haven't beaten anybody, so until they do, they're living in a theory world, just like the BJJ guys thought they could always come in on someone until they got good strikers that knocked their ass out, or wrestlers who stopped them in their tracks. You know, you have an idea, it's a theory until you actually quiet and they're not doing it. So they have a problem with me that I don't put up with bullshit, that I call Ray on being a coward, and I accepted his challenge, and that he's not going to show up, and that they are not the people who are responsible for my training, and they don't like to deal with empirical fact. They have a little bit too much theory of what's going on. Now, I also got to mention some other things. Ray's girlfriend, the guy is still married, his girlfriend wrote threatening, insulting letters to me, but also to a friend of mine who lives in Mindanao, another Filipino. And I would say, writing letters from Cebu to someone who lives in the south of Mindanao, where all the actual fighting is going on and people are getting shot and killed every single day, is pretty stupid. Let's see you go to Mindanao. I also think if she wants to insult somebody, come to Thailand, I'll get a Muay Thai girl to beat her into the ground, and let's see how well your empty-handed Kali Eskrima works. It won't work because you're too much theory. You're not doing anything with real fighting. So I gotta say that they also are very envious of the fact that I have somebody that if you Google them, none of their names are going to come up. You Google me, my name comes up. That's why you know me already. I've already got 20 years in this business. I was the biggest sell for self-defense. I changed the self-defense industry. I've been a black belt several times, Karate International, several other magazines, of course, TV, interviews, blah, blah, blah. I've done lots of DVDs. I've fought around the world. I've been interviewed in several countries. I've conducted seminars in several languages, primarily English, Spanish, and some in French. And the factor is, they have done none of those things. They haven't even traveled around the world. They haven't gone looking. They cannot think that they are the best without testing themselves. That's something you learn. So I am, by the way, Occidental. My paradigm has always been from where? Occidental world. That's why the whole thing with the Romans, starting with the Romans and looking at the Vikings, these people conquered loads of other people. Why? Because their technology of fighting was superior, their strategy, their weapons, everything. Okay? So, and let's get this straight too about the Philippines. Philippines got their ass handed to them by the Spanish. That whole lapu-lapu thing is a myth. Didn't happen like a lot of the people want to say. I've already got a blog about that, and real historians in the Philippines will tell you that yes, that's true. Lapu-lapu was no escrimador or Kali guy, you know. Anyway, so Magellan was killed by overwhelming numbers of odds. He was injured in the leg, fell into the surf, and then was speared when he was lying down. But that's not skill, that's sheer numbers. So anyway, I have to add that because it goes to the whole point that there's a giant problem in the Philippines. They haven't been able to get their Filipino martial arts off the ground because they're backstabbing, backbiting, Game of Thrones. They're basically like a bunch of crabs in a bucket. I mean, they could learn a lot from the Thais. The Thais have allowed Muay Thai to become a huge export and a huge business within Thailand. Of course, now with MMA, they're just a component in MMA. It's not, there are a few die-hard, pure Muay Thai people, but basically Muay Thai is a component of MMA. They have a huge business where a lot of people are making a lot of money from having foreigners show up to train. In the Philippines, that is not true because they just can't help each other. They can't organize. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's incompetent. And I'm telling you, if the Thais are beating you on competency, you're not in the Olympic level. Let me tell you. Okay, on businesses, that is. Anyway, so I've got to recap because it's inherently important to say that, Ray, I have accepted your challenge, you coward, you little piece of shit. Yeah, you got a problem? You assaulted me, you said you wanted to fight, but now you run like the day is long, which is basically what a coward does. Where are you? I'm in Cambodia right now. Come to Cambodia, come to Thailand. I will beat you into the dirt. Guaranteed. And anybody who doesn't think so doesn't know me. Because everyone who knows me and has seen me in action gives you 0.000 nothing% chance. This is a real fight, Ray. This isn't garbage. And your garbage talking girlfriend can come and I will find someone for her to spout her mouth off to also. All right, and then about the backstabbing political mess, the Game of Thrones, I really don't care, because basically I put my energy out trying to promote your organizations there, your group, and you've done nothing for me. You haven't helped me with business contacts. You haven't got me new people. I've put out more energy than I've seen any return on. So basically I was helping you, you haven't helped me. Well, let's get that straight, okay? Let's get that straight. From an economic point of view, which is what this is, you haven't helped me. I've invested in you. I'm the most famous person. Like I said, Google anyone in that group, you won't find them. Their Facebook group is small, it's tiny, it's nothing. My Facebook groups are bigger than that. Of course, they've got no DVDs, they've got nothing. They got nothing at all. So the reason for me to respond like this is because I said I would. I'm giving updates. So basically what has happened in the update is Ray is a coward, a chicken shit, as they say in the United States. He's a chicken shit. Like the day is long. He won't fight. He's scared. Well, he's scared to really do it. He's going to talk like he's now, but he's really scared. He doesn't have the experience, doesn't have the background that I do. And as far as the group goes, the group has shown itself to be unsupportive of me, has not stood up, has caved into what Ray wants to do, has allowed him to manipulate them, and shows to me that they're weak-willed and spineless. And basically, I don't need that in my life, you know? I deal with people who are real. That's why Mike Sandler just kicked everyone's ass pretty early on in these dealings. So that's, of course, again, I'm going back to Mike because that's my framework. So when anybody says, oh, we did all this, we helped him, and then you didn't do shit for me. You didn't do anything for me. Nothing. I spent all the energy and the time going there, finding you guys, promoting you guys, showing up. My background, I showed some techniques to other people that I don't need to show to anybody from my own stuff, proving that your ideas about unarmed combat were completely wrong. Anyway, so bottom line, just play this over again because I've tried to cover a lot of points. Some of it will be a little esoteric for some people, but the point is, when someone challenges me like that, remember they challenged me, he challenged me, and I accepted, and he's a coward, and then he tries to not deal with it by getting other people to collaborate with him. I find it, you know, weak as hell. Weak as hell. I'm thinking of some things that we went through when we were bouncing back in the days with Sean Stiles. Sean Stiles is another person who will tell you I'm not going to play around with these guys, you know, and you shouldn't be doing this. All these guys are legends if you know the background and what I've talked about for 20 years. These guys have done things, real fights. I've seen there. We've been in it. We've been in the outnumbered fights. We've been in the rough fights. We've been in the fights with people with weapons. You know, we've seen, said, and done it all, as the saying goes. So remember, you know, that's what Proleum Mars is about. And Clugston Combat Systems is about reality. It's also about not taking shit from idiots, you know, and I see these guys as big idiots who don't want to step up. They're cowards. So the bottom line is cowards. What do you expect from cowards? More complete and utter bullshit. So from Phnom Penh here, thanks for watching, and I hope that you can get every bit of detail out of this because you're gonna have it's loaded. So I'll talk to you later.